Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. The GMB Union has written to the Deputy First Minister Kate Forbes and to the Net Zero Secretary Gillian Martin. These two are responsible for ensuring that Scotland will never have enough energy that it needs. Because the GMB are saying that Scotland should, for many reasons, embrace nuclear power. Now, Torness currently is Scotland's only nuclear reactor, but it's coming to end of life, and I think it's due to stop producing in 2028. Then there's a long period of winding down and clearing the site, probably 10, 15, maybe 20 years before that's gone. It's a big project. However, the argument that the SNP have got is that Scotland should always be nuclear free, and nobody knows why they're using this argument. They don't understand why. Because they say we've got enough renewable energy. And that's not right. It's another lie. They don't. Scotland does not yet produce enough renewable energy to guarantee energy supply. And indeed, it is one of those don't put all your eggs in one basket situations. Because when it doesn't blow wind, when the wind don't blow, you've got no energy coming on the form of the bird choppers. And when the sun don't shine, you ain't got any energy coming through the solar panels. So, on a quiet, windless night, Scotland's got no energy whatsoever. Well, it does. It takes it from Britain, the rest of Britain, which does have nuclear power stations. So Scotland isn't entirely nuclear free. It just doesn't have any reactors in Scotland. It's still being supplied by nuclear energy and gas energy. It's a strange position that they take. And of course, industry can't run on this vagary. Industry needs an absolute survival power supply. Power supply is also, I would suggest, national security. And a country that can't produce its own power is held hostage by those who can. Again, something that they know full well and yet will not address. And so the GMB are saying that, yes, Scotland should invest in modern, clean, efficient, and above all, safe nuclear generation plants. These fail safe at every possible problem. They're so well designed. It's virtually impossible for them to go supercritical because of the way they're designed, because they are designed purely for power, not for the production of fissionable weapons-grade material. And therefore, they are much, much more reliable and safer. But again, the insistence that Scotland must not have it. And that's rather unfortunate, because with the switch to electric vehicles and the switch to all-electric houses, which is another problem, in fact, for the Scottish construction industry, which, on a very quick aside, I will point out, people like gas central heating. Electric heating is inefficient and expensive. But, that's another argument for a different video on a different day. But all these all-electric houses and all these electric cars will need energy, and there quite simply isn't enough energy in Scotland to run them. And so, yes, if you want to have clean energy, you need nuclear power. You see, that's there. And we have another argument that GMB are using as well. Jobs. Lots and lots of very highly paid, highly skilled, technical jobs all over Scotland. Because if you've got these things, these small nuclear reactors, you'd have maybe 10 or 15 of them dotted around Scotland, pumping away, producing all this lovely, lovely electricity, all nice and clean. But they need very highly skilled and, of course, highly paid jobs. And that helps the economy no end. And, of course, there's just not just the jobs in the reactors, of course. There's all the ancillary jobs that run with it, cleaning, maintenance, the staff there. You've got the supply line jobs that would occur. Then, of course, there's the upgrade to the grids. They all have to be upgraded. There's more work for people. And the other thing is, if it's run by the government, which by law nuclear reactors in this country have to be, then it's not a foreign power taking all the profit. A foreign company may build them, that's fine, but the running of them always must be maintained within the government's purview. It's a legal requirement to ensure that foreign nationals don't get command and control over what could be potentially very, very powerful stuff. And that's there. So you're owning your own power output. Imagine that. Imagine a country that had ample, safe, clean energy that wasn't reliable or reliant upon fossil fuels, and that never stopped running at night or when the wind doesn't blow. It's still there, pumping out the power. Nice. But not, of course, what the SNP want. They don't want a reliable power system. They can't control that. They can't find excuses for brownouts. They can't say, oh, we can make backhanders by selling this off to people dirt cheap so that we can get little directorships later on when we retire. That kind of thing. Because the British government won't give them directorships, will they? And that's the problem they got. So anyway, this letter's gone out to Forbes and Martin, and they're umming and ahhing, stamping their feet because the arguments within it are too strong for them to defeat through rational means. And so all they can do is play the political card. It is not our political position that we want nuclear energy. We've got no rational argument against it, but there we are. That's it. And that's what happens. Now, with this push for all electric cars in 2035, possibly 2030, 2035 by the latest, it means that the power requirements need to be provided now. We're only 10 years away, possibly only 6 years away. You better start building those power stations, and you better start building them quickly, because otherwise Scotland will just not have enough generation capacity. And since the SNP still think that independence is a thing, thankfully it isn't, but if it was, imagine one day in the future, 10 years from now, boom, line was drawn, that's it. And the rest of Britain says, right, cut the wires, boom, 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 boom. Scotland, you're on your own. You got it. You produce your own energy. You're not getting our energy. And the rest of Britain would sit back and watch as Scotland ground to a halt. Because look, we've got a quiet day. There's no wind. So all the power goes out. And Scotland's going, oh, but if only we had power. What can we possibly use? Well, you've got a lot of coal, of course. You could use that. And you've got a lot of gas. You could use that. But that's against the rules. If only you had a nuclear power station. These people are morons. Thanks a lot. Bye.